Hello, and welcome to the CUP Ringside, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we give you the best seat in the house on all things WWE PLEs. I'm your girl Lana, your resident EU diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Per. I didn't even grab anything to drink today. I didn't. I don't know. I wasn't that thirsty, and I just really wanted to just get up here and talk about money in the bank because that's what we're here to talk about. But what I did grab was my cup mug. Yeah, and you can get your cup merch at Lana G's Creations. That at Etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup merch. Period. Oh, you guys. When I'm here by myself, it's usually because a lot of people have other things to do. They have, plans. I think this time they didn't want to come because they knew they were all losers. All of them losers. Because who won the Money in the Bank predictions? That'd be me. Miss Money in the Bank. I am. I won the predictions. I think I only got one wrong out of the whole show. Um, I even got the impromptu match right that happened that afternoon, that we got that afternoon. But we'll talk about it. But yes, I am the winner. I am the winner, and everybody else was too ashamed to join me today because they knew. They knew. They knew. They knew. They knew they didn't want to come show show up and have to deal with me talking about how great I am because I have won yet another prediction. But that's okay. That's fine. We're great. We're great. I'm just kidding. Everybody is just really busy. But no, I'm very excited that I won the predictions and we are going to talk all about the show and everything that happened. But before we start, I just want you to do me a solid, and that is to hit the subscribe button. Yeah, please do that. Hit the subscribe button so you can, first of all, never miss a video when we drop one. And secondly, we're on a mission here at the Cup Network to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. We appreciate those who already subscribed. We would love, love, love if others would. If you're a wrestling fan, if you love the WWE, if we are trying to figure out where the heck it's going right now, because I feel like we're the push and pull with the WWE. I don't know. We got people leaving, people coming back. I don't know. It's wild. If you're a fan of WWE still and you're trying to ride this ride out just like we are here at the Cup Ringside, hit the subscribe button and then click on our link tree and get all the links to all of our other channels so we could, because we are all on a mission here, like I said, to get 1,000 new subscribers on all of our channels, all of them. So if you're a fan of drag or drag race, we got a channel for you at the Cup Pod. If you're a fan of competition reality television, we got a channel for you at the Cup TV. And if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, we got a channel for you at the Cup ESC. So please click on all those channels and give us the support. We appreciate that. Also, if you need to check us out on the go, our audio podcast links will be in the description below. So you can click on that and follow us and get all the audio podcast on audio podcast needs so you can check us out when you're not home or wherever you are, as well as our Patreon. Our Patreon is revving up. We got some things going in there and exclusive content stuff that won't be on the channel and things that will be on the channel later. So please and please join us then. I I went through all of that rant about how no one's here because they were all scared to be here because they knew how I am the person. I'm the winner of um the predictions. And just as I said that, who decides to join me?
I'm here. Hi. Hi, everybody. It's Brooke, and I'm passionate about pop culture. I do have my cup mug here as well. But I just want to say, in a world full of predictions where no one really got everything, Lana got the most things right. So good job,
Mhm.
Lana. And you know what? I'm not mad about losing this one because I picked the people I wanted to win, and you know what? I'm okay with that. And you know what? We manifested some success a couple of times. So you
Yes,
know
we
what?
did.
Fine with me.
Yes, but we are going to talk all about this match that this PLE that happened. It was one. You know what? Honestly, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I did. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Some things happened. I was like, okay, okay, great, great, great. Some things happened. I was like, oh, that's interesting, but sure, let's see where this goes. And then things happened. So,
Yeah. I enjoyed this card a lot more than I thought I was going to as well. I do think adding that fifth match helped a lot.
mhm.
Because it did feel kind of empty
It
when we were
did.
doing the predictions. And I think having five matches should be the minimum. Unless you're the Royal Rumble, you get a pass because your matches are hugely long. You get
Right.
that. But other than that, I think having these five match cards, if that's what we're going to be using as the standard, five is the minimum. I cannot do less than five.
Right. As I agree with you. I think five is should be the minimum. If you go try to squeak in a six match, sure. But five should definitely be the minimum. But we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it, Brooke. I'm gonna have to add you back in because I'm gonna do this. Gonna move
I'm here.
that. There we go. So let's talk money in the bank. Let's talk about the winners, the losers, and all the in betweens. Let's start off with the women's Money in the Bank match, which I have to say was really, really, really good match. I mean, the women are just showing up and showing out, showing why y'all need to stop putting us at the beginning, and you might want to put us at the main event because we killing the game this time. We killing the game.
Well, I mean, when you have a match with the two world champs in it, you kind of have to have that main event.
I
But
get it.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
No,
Because in my opinion, this is a top three Money in the Bank match, women's or men's, honestly. Um,
absolutely.
got to see some really incredible moments here between all six of these talents. Um, Specifically, Roxanne Perez did a triple jump moonsault off of one corner to another rope, not the
Right.
corner, just
Not the
jump,
rope, a rope.
pushes off the corner, does a spin into the moonsault that gagged the hell out of me. Oh my god. Um,
When I tell you the spots in this match, I
mhm,
was I was floored. I was flabbergasted. I was just like, these these ladies, these superhumans are
mhm.
like killing it. Like they were doing things that we don't see on a regular basis. And we look some of the stuff we haven't seen in the men's match. So I'm just like,
Mhm.
yes, ladies, show out.
The Devil's Kiss on the
On the
ladder
ladder,
was interesting. I gotta say though, Stephanie, did that hurt you too? Because I feel
I
like it
think it
had
had
to.
to. It
Yeah,
had
it
to.
had to.
Her knees
Um,
was torn up by that ladder. Like it had to.
would be shocked if they weren't. Um, I honestly think Alexa Bliss was one of my like
And
standouts
mm,
here
okay.
specifically. She was doing everything. She was all over that ring. She was getting thrown around like a rag doll half the time. But you know what? That's on her because she's an incredible talent. Um,
Yes.
and we get to see her back. I've missed her so much.
Yeah.
But
But the
Lana,
the the crew the creme de la creme, the best part of
her
everything.
patience. We have been so patient. We have
We have
waited
been so we've
so.
watched five Money in the Bank matches and seen this person touch every briefcase and have fallen short. But y'all, finally,
Thank you, Hunter.
I know we deserved more than anybody's deserved. I mean, she's been in five Money in the Bank matches. All of them, she has gotten up to the top. She has touched it. She has reached for it. She has almost had it and would always fall short.
Naomi is also only our second Black Money in the Bank winner, so that's fantastic. Our first Black woman to win Money in the Bank as well. Maybe if you signed more of them, we'd have more of them winning Money in the Bank. But maybe that's just me. Beside the point. Just saying. Bianca Jade, Naomi, and Michin's mixed, correct?
Michin is.
I think that might be, and Sol Ruka in NXT.
And all the whole NXT women. The NXT women can come up and do this if y'all just let them do this.
Oh my god! Imagine next year when Sol Ruka's on the main roster and hits a soul snatcher off a ladder. Oh my god! I'm sad. Beside the point, that interview in the presser she gave with Big E.
Oh.
I love how she broke character and then she had to like center herself and then yell at the crowd.
Let me rein her back in. I'm a heel because old Naomi would have been like, "Oh, Big E, that's so great. You're so sweet. I love you." But she was like, "You better make me cry. Shut up. I don't need this from y'all." Like, it's too late. I'm like, I love it.
And I also love that she didn't like completely shut down E, right? It was like, I've known you for 14 years. I appreciate that from you.
But them, I don't need it. Even though I'm like, Naomi girl, you can never make me hate you. There's nothing you can say, nothing you can do.
They can never make me hate you.
You can never make me hate you. You can never make me go like, no, you can never do it.
But I also love how simple the ending of this was too. It was literally Naomi shoves over a ladder, Rhea and Alexa land on that little like, I'm going to call it the Sasha Banks position because that's where she used to do the knees out of the corner. So the Sasha Banks positioned ladder. And then Naomi just... Okay. And then it's just over.
That's just it.
To be honest, when this was happening, I was getting flashbacks to when Damian Priest won Money in the Bank because it was like everybody's laid out. LA Knight's climbing that ladder and the Damian Priest is just there.
Yeah.
Right? I was really worried that somebody was just gonna be there and it was gonna be like Julia, oh my god, and then like love Julia, no shade to Julia, but like we all know here at the podcast, this is a podcast full of Naomi fans. We love you to death, girl. So for real, that part. So
I got nervous too. I got nervous when she stopped and looked around and was like, I was like, oh no, somebody's just gonna come out of nowhere and just jump on the ladder and get it and then be like, no. But she did it. And I was like, oh, thank God. It's a party. It's a celebration. Naomi deserves. I'm here for it. You ate. Mama, I can't wait because I hope they are setting us up for a really, really good. I hope she don't cash it in too soon, but because I want to see Naomi backstage terrorizing Tiffany and Io and Becky and Zelina. Like anybody with gold, like she said, anybody with gold ain't safe around me. Now, I would, as much as I like any match she get in, I hope she don't use it on the mid-card titles. I really hope she goes for the titles, but if she does,
very clearly being set up for a big 3 triple threat at WrestleMania next year. And you know what? I am not complaining.
I'm here for it. I cannot wait.
And it's going to be a main event. And it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be so good. But Naomi deserves. She won. No notes. Cannot complain. Very happy here. If you didn't show up, Brooke, I was ready to gush about this for about 20 minutes just by myself. Like,
you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna just use my time real quick. Hold on 1 second. I want to use my time because where's our ringside banners? There we go. Okay, this is a positive Brooke rant. We don't get these very often. Okay, getting to see that time period of when like Naomi was on NXT, right? Going from that to the Funkadactyls, to Team Bad, all the way up through her entire career with the tag team with Sasha, winning the women's title for the first and second time, and never really getting to do much with it. I mean, granted, the first time she got injured, so I get that. But, winning the belt at Mania and then dropping it at SummerSlam without really having any feuds in that time, dropped it to Natalya. And, like, no shade to Natty.
No shade to Natty.
No shade to Natty. But like, that's how you know, right? And this
Mhm.
wasn't Natalia the world beater. This was Natalia. We thought this was a filler feud for Naomi, to be honest with you. Again, no shade to Natty. We love you, Natty. So getting to see, I mean, Big E said it, being on the best run of her career, 16 years in, even with her stuff in TNA, even with her stuff, with Sasha, with these really great matches she puts on every time. Naomi does not have bad matches.
No.
But I think this may finally be the time
Mm-hmm.
where everybody gets it.
Yeah.
Because we got it. We've had it, right? We've
Always.
always had it, right? And I know, Lana, there's going to be some people who are going to be snippy in the comments and be like, oh, well, Lana can relate to Naomi more than she can to Tiffany Stratton, obviously, right? But there is a level of understanding of her ring work and her microphone skills and her ability to just make any gimmick she's been thrown with work, right? She's never been in a flop gimmick, even the Funkadactyls, which was literally a cheerleading dance team, right?
And they
She
ate
made
it.
work.
They ate.
My girl had an eye patch and she ate it, okay? At this point in her career, when she came back, I know we were all hopeful that, she'd get that push, and it took a couple years, but we are finally living in the right timeline, the right time period, and I think we're about to see the Naomi rocket take the hell off, and I'm so excited to see it.
Let me join in on the positive rant while you were at it. And the fact that she is just firstly just a phenomenal human being, period. She is so kind and to so many people all the time. We've watched her on Total Divas just radiate through our screen. She was one of the main reasons why a lot of people watched Total Divas. They can always sit here and act like it was the Bellas, and that's why no. We were watching for Trinity and John to see what they were doing, see what they were up to, see the shenanigans they were pulling. And the fact that this woman won the championship, took a belt, made it her own belt, and they were trying to say, no, we can't use it until everybody saw how amazing that belt. I still want a glow belt. I still want the glow belt because it was such a good belt. It was one of the best belts in WWE, one of the best ones. And she risked that because she could have gotten so much trouble for that. But she felt and believed in her heart that her belt should be hers and it should be something that represented her, that she went all out and did that. And I just love her. I just love her. I think she's a phenomenal human being. I love this run. We're on heel. Naomi never disappoints me. When she was Team Bad, I was like, I like her as heel Naomi, but I wanted she just needed to flesh out the character a little bit more, and she did it this time. She went to TNA, came back, and she knew exactly what she needed to do. Because number one, she realized it's a lot of brand new, great talent coming in behind her who's here now, and she can't just come back and be the same Naomi that she always had been. She had to build, and she learned from her time away, and she learned her worth, and she came back and she gave us this amazing run. We are about to be blessed with a really great Miss Money in the Bank run. I can't wait till she changed the bank. We get the proceed with caution briefcase. I'm sure it's coming very, very soon. I think it's already done. I bet it's already done. But the proceed with caution briefcase and how she goes about antagonizing all the champions in the women's locker room. I can't wait. I love it. I love it. Love everything about it. Naomi,
It's been 8 years since we got a Naomi world title reign. It's about damn time.
it's about time. It's about time. And I can't. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm
Yay!
so excited. Yay, Naomi. All right. Like I said, 20 minutes in. Now I will go on to something else. Um, this match was thrown at us on that Saturday afternoon in the Worlds Collide pay-per-view that happened earlier that day. And I'm not mad about it. We got an
Not at all.
Intercontinental Championship match between Dirty Dominic Mysterio against Octagon Jr. And I have to say, I enjoy seeing Octagon Jr. because I'm not a fully like I don't really know his work,
Mhm.
and I was very happy and pleased to see his work, and I can't wait to see more of his work. First of all, watching Worlds Collide,
Oh my god, it was such a
that
good show.
was so fun.
Yeah.
That was so fun. I'm gonna watch it again because I missed a few things because I was in and out. I'm gonna go watch it again because we might have to come back and talk about that, Brooke.
I would love to.
We might have to go back and do a deep dive into Worlds Collide.
But a quick shout out real quick to Worlds Collide. A couple of things I want to highlight real quick. One, Joaquin Wild get better soon. We hope you are on the mend because I know because you got injured during a speed taping. So hope you feel better soon. Secondly, if he had to get injured, Lindsay Dorado being the person to replace him in that 6-man tag. Perfection. No notes whatsoever. Because one, I love Lindsay Dorado. Two, getting to see Lindsay Dorado, he's been working as a trainer at NXT for a bit. He's done a couple NXT live events. He's been back with the company for about a year and a half now. So getting to see him come back, I was thrilled. But I also need to talk about Mr. Iguana.
Mr. Iguana.
I love it so much. It's so dumb, but it's so perfect. It's so good. This man better be on NXT within a year because they're already putting his merch up on WWE Shop.
Yeah.
And he got a crowd spot during this card. So, no, that's there. But if you're going to have one of the AAA people get a match on the WWE pay-per-view with no build, you pick Octagon. This guy has been wrestling for years. He is arguably the man of AAA. So, I mean, even with Vikingo, holding the Mega Championship, he had a great match with Chad Gable, by the way. If you didn't watch that, go watch that. But Octagon is that guy in AAA, and he has been for a while. So, him being the one to get the match at Money in the Bank with Dom, get that cross promotion going, perfect. No notes. Great choice.
It was a really good choice. It was a really good match. I think I wanted it a little bit more. I will say that I wanted a little more. I know they put that match in last minute, so we didn't really get the time to build it up and but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I saw from both Octagon and Dominic. I really wish I need them to let Dominic win some things clean. I need them to let Dominic win without the distractions and things and shenanigans with Liv. I get it. I understand it's their thing, it's their stick, but he's Intercontinental Champion now, and I want him to be champion. I want to see him win some things without the help of others, but he's Dirty Dom, so I get it. It's just whole. But I want to see him do because I really enjoy Dom and I really like watching Dom wrestle. But I wanted to see him do. Well, I wanted to see a little bit more with him, the interaction between him and Octagon. But what I saw was great. Octagon definitely is somebody who I'm like, okay, all right, I want to see more. And he made me want to see more and see his style. So I love this cross promotion. I can't wait until we start getting more AAA matches coming into the main roster and other way around. Like I want to see the crossover actually being more crossed over some more. So I can't wait to see it happening.
I really thought we had, because I mean, again, we did light predictions for this in our Discord chat after it got announced.
Yes.
Did not count for scoring, for the record.
So it did not count for score.
Yeah. But I legit thought Octagon was going to win this match. And I think the reason I thought that was because I don't think Dom needs to have a long reign with the IC title for it to matter for him. And I also think it would be really cool to just, even if it was one of those, like, you win the belt, lose the belt on Raw kind of situations. Like, I think it would have been really nice and really interesting for, like, a shock roll-up win or something like that for, this really big thing to put the AAA partnership, I guess, ownership now on the map. But, I mean, I'm not complaining about the result. Love Dom so far as champ. He's been really great. They're going to have to turn him face at some point because, dear God, the crowd loves him now.
I love him.
And I think it's happening soon. I think we're going to get that fissure in the Judgment Day. I think we're going to get Dom, Liv, maybe Raquel, and I think we're going to get Finn, JD, Roxanne over here on their end. And I think Dom and Liv are going to come out on the other side of that as the fan favorites. And I think we're going to see this like face Eddie China kind of dynamic without the China rebuffing Eddie part. Just like Dom is very clearly the Eddie Guerrero, and Liv is just kind of like it's a weird version of that, but I'm here for it.
Right. It's good. I didn't mind this match. I was glad they added another match onto to the card, but and this match was good. So good job for the match. Moving on to the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. This match was a good match, and it was a decent match for me as far as wrestling and technique, wrestling, because of course both of these ladies are really good at what they do, so we're going to get a good match out of it. As I predicted Becky was going to win. I kind of wanted to be wrong in this because I honestly did not think she needed to, and because of that stipulation, once she was talking about the stipulation on the recap on the prediction show, I was like, yeah, I kind of agree with you. I agree with you. Like, I don't want them to bury Lyra's whole entire run as IC champion by saying Becky Lynch is the greatest wrestler of all time, blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, but I think what happened in the match and what happened after the match solidified Lyra as still, like, I don't think she's completely buried. I don't think she's buried because of the Becky Lynch win. And I liked how she stood up for herself. Like, at first I was like, girl, stand up. Like, okay, you did, you did what you needed to do for the stipulation one time. That would have been it for me. I've been like, all right, girl, bye. And I would have walked away. And then she kept doing it, and Becky kept adding more stuff. And I was like, Lyra, if you don't punch her in the face or something, like if you don't do something, like, Lyra, don't be a punk. And I was so happy that she didn't. I feel like that when she stood up and was like, nah, I'm not gonna let you just keep making me, embarrass myself. That proved for me, that, Lyra's not a punk. We're not gonna bury her entire IC run. Her IC run was a good run. Like, her reign was a good reign, and she had some really good fights in her reign. So I don't think she's completely buried. But did I think Becky Lynch needed to win this? No. No. But sure, she won. All right.
I get why she won. I
Yeah.
get where they're going. I understand the circumstances. It does add to the lineage of the championship for Becky to hold it. I get it. It just still feels a little wrong to me. Like, it feels forced. And I think that's my problem with it, right? Because I think Lyra has been getting herself over in this feud with Becky while being the champion, right? We've seen some really great matches. I think this match was great in terms of the action, in terms of the quality. The manhandle slam off the top was crazy. But it was crazy. But, like, again, I don't know why Becky needs to win the belt here. And I get the idea that they're going with, like, oh, Becky couldn't beat her. She cheated, right? Okay.
Right.
Cool. But, like, Lyra knew she probably would pull some crap like that. And we all knew that she would probably pull some crap like that. Especially in modern day WWE. You don't win clean if you're a heel. It doesn't happen.
No.
It doesn't happen. And, like, Becky winning with a handful of tights. Okay, sure. I see it. I get it. And I do think that the way that they worked the stipulation in here was fine. But it still feels a bit cheap because I'm betting you this is going to go to Evolution. And
Yes.
what I'm betting you is going to end up happening is they're going to rerun Becky in a last woman standing match, just like we had at the last Evolution. So that way there's no cheating, no shenanigans. I hope Lyra wins that match.
Yes.
Because I think she should win that match. But if Becky were to win it, I think that would deflate Lyra. Because
that would definitely.
Because this is going to keep going, especially after the ending with the German, with the Nightwing, with the Bird Lady chance, whatever. Right? We know it's going to keep going on. I just really hope that whatever the final conclusion is, it elevates Lyra. That is the big thing. There is no point of this feud happening if Lyra is not elevated. Because Becky will be elevated the rest of her career. Her job as a top level talent is to help other people get to that space, right? And to bring prestige to the matches that she has. It's the same job that John has. It's the same job that Randy has. It's the same job that Roman has. It's the same job that Charlotte has or should have. And, it's the same job that Triple H used to have. It's the same job that Shawn Michaels used to have, and The Undertaker, and Dave at one point in his career, right? They are there, not necessarily to lose. They don't need to lose all the time, right?
No.
But when they win, it should be for a good reason. I think this is for a good reason. But you can't end it here.
Yeah.
And Lyra needs to win the blow-off.
Yeah.
That's just
the payout. Yeah, she has to win the war. Like all the battles are great, and they can go back and forth and back and forth. But Lyra definitely needs to win the war, and I think she's going to. And I think no better place than to let that happen is at Evolution. And even especially if it's the last woman standing match, like Becky. We've seen her win one of those before, and she's like, I will have the upper hand. I've been in these matches, da 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 da. And then Lyra, younger, fresher, sprier, and can with more, can go longer, wins that. And Becky has to admit that, okay, young girl got me. It is what it is. And Lyra has to win the war. She has to.
You want to really add to this match? Have Becky win Queen of the Ring.
Oh.
Have Becky win Queen of the Ring so you don't deflate her momentum when Lyra beats her the next night.
Oh. That would be good.
See, I don't hate Becky Lynch winning everything.
No.
If there's a reason for it, I don't mind it. Because then we also get Io Sky getting a clean win on Becky Lynch at SummerSlam.
I mean, I think... Yeah, I mean, if Becky is going to be at this point in her career where she's like, okay, I know I have more days behind me than I do in front of me, then my role now is to elevate this new talent, elevate the people so they can be in, and I don't mind using Becky Lynch is future Hall of Famer. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. So she is at that point. She is at the Randy Orton, the Steve Austin, that Undertaker. Like, they don't have to win. Like you said, they don't have to win. And they can elevate other people. When they win, it should make sense. All Becky Lynch's wins need to make sense at this point. And that would be kind of iconic for her to win Queen of the Ring.
Mm-hmm. I love the idea of Naomi already still having the Money in the Bank briefcase. Finals of the bracket is Jade and Becky, and Naomi costs Jade money at the Queen of the Ring bracket.
I mean, but then you'll have people like, oh, she's scared of Jade. She don't want to face Jade if Jade gets the championship from somebody, blah blah blah. So she made sure she didn't win Queen of the Ring. And I'm like,
that's fine. That's fine. Look, I don't care. Look, are we furthering the story? Yes. Are we protecting Jade and giving Naomi something to do until she cashes in the briefcase, which is traditionally marked by a long period of losing a ton of matches? Mm-hmm. Yes. So, I'm fine either way. No matter how we go about this, Lyra just needs to win the end of this feud. That is just where we need to be at by the end of it.
Couldn't agree more. Let's move on to this men's Money in the Bank match. This was a good one. It was a good one, but then I was frustrated. I was good and frustrated in this match at the same time. It was a lot of stuff that made me go, yay, that's so good. And it was like, are you freaking kidding me?
Okay, I'm going to call it the things I really liked and the things that have really stuck out to me. The spot where LA Knight does the catapult to Chad Gable. He gets on a ladder at ringside, climbs up that ladder, jumps from that ladder to another ladder, climbs up that ladder, and then he's over the briefcase. Awesome. Great spot. No notes. The other thing that I really, really liked in this match, I personally may not be a bloodline girly, but I do love melodrama. And getting to hear I hate you,
You
Solo.
Solo.
Thank you.
I love
Thank you,
Jacob
Jacob.
Fatu.
Thank you, Jacob. I love you, Jacob.
Jacob Fatu. I love you,
Jacob.
Jacob. I love you, Jacob. Like, man, do you know that was my moment, right? You
Mhm,
know, as the bloodline girly, I was like,
mhm.
like I loved how Jacob played it off. Like, oh yeah, we coming down to help you. We gonna save you. We came down with that JC, and they coming down and they fighting and they doing all the things. And he even set up the ladder for Solo. Like, go ahead, I got your back.
I gotta just say though, I still hate the outcome of this match
Absolutely, absolutely,
because
absolutely.
it has nothing to do with Seth Rollins. It has nothing at all to do with Seth Rollins. It has everything to do with LA Knight. I feel bad for him at this point. Um, I didn't think Penta was going to win this thing. I didn't think Andrade was going to be here. They're going to be the men that do all the crazy spots, and they were, to do all the mess in this match. We all knew, right? I thought there was a world where they could maybe give it to Chad Gable because they are, for some reason, pushing the hell out of El Grande Americano. But whatever.
Coffee, Americano, coffee,
Sorry.
American,
Medium coffee.
medium coffee. Yeah,
Medium coffee. Yeah. Um, I forgot what we were calling that.
yes, medium coffee.
Medium coffee. But I I just really feel bad for LA Knight. I really don't know when they're gonna do it for him. This is
Yes,
the
they're gonna
third
do it.
year in a row he's been in Money in the Bank. The third year in a row where they've really had that opportunity to pull the trigger on him, give him this opportunity with this briefcase. Because I cannot think of a face superstar that is more tailor made for Money in the Bank than LA Knight. I just can't. Um, I feel bad for him. I really don't know what he has to do to get that push. Because, I mean, look, he's like a 3-time U.S. champ. Congratulations. That's not a bad thing to have on your resume. I'm happy for you. But this man should have won Money in the Bank by now. And the fact that I have to look back and say, okay, Damian Priest won Money in the Bank the first time, and that kind of turned out pretty okay, so I can't be mad at it. McIntyre won and then did nothing, like cashed in the same night, and like it didn't do anything for him. I just feel like we're wasting this opportunity because Seth Rollins is cashing in tomorrow night on Raw, and that's just where we're at, I feel like, at this point.
That bothers me. I hope it's an unsuccessful cash in. I hope um, CM Punk or Sami Zayn stops that from happening. I need an unsuccessful cash in, period. So go and try it, and then you don't have it anymore. And we don't have to worry about Seth Rollins anymore. Because honestly, my disappointment is because Seth Rollins won, and because I don't think he needed to win. He didn't need it. But if it's going to be because they're gonna have an unsuccessful cash in because his last one was such a success and blah blah blah, we still talk about how much it was and yeah. If the lead up is for him to have an unsuccessful cash in, like he gonna do it tomorrow, and then he loses, then I'm okay with that, fine. But the person who I thought should have won this match was Andrade. Andrade like was killing this match for me, and I was like very much into what he was doing in this match. It was times where I was like, oh, they're gonna give it to Andrade. They have to. Like you said, LA Knight was tailor made for this briefcase. I feel like Andrade is as well.
Yep.
Tailor made for this briefcase. I think Penta has plenty of time to get the briefcase. And Solo also has some time before he gets the briefcase, but I do think both of them should get the briefcase at some point. But this might not have been the time for them. But LA Knight and Andrade for me were the ones who I felt like should have gotten it this year. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought Andrade, isn't that? I thought Andrade had it. I really thought Andrade had it and should have got it. But I just don't think they know what to do with Andrade after this. If they
Mm-hmm.
were to give it to him, like what would they do with him? And I'm like, whatever. But LA Knight and see, thinking about what we just talked about with Naomi, we watched Naomi in 5 ladder matches in her career before she got a chance to get it. So, and I don't want to see that for LA Knight, and I don't want to see that for Andrade. I don't want them to always be the ones touching the briefcase and getting so close
Mm-hmm.
and never getting it. So I was disappointed with the outcome because it just didn't need to be Seth.
And I do want to add into the fact, talking about specifically about everyone in this match other than Seth real quick. And that's not a knock on Seth here too, or in Solo as well. The other 4 men in this match were bumping their butts off in this thing. We got to see an appearance of the ladder copter spot. Thank you very much, Medium Coffee. We got to see one of my personal favorite moves in professional wrestling at the moment, the Mexican Destroyer, because nobody hits it like Penta. Onto a ladder on Andrade. Andrade, how are you not dead?
His back should be broke.
Like I'm stunned by that. And we got to see the elbow drop from LA Knight onto Solo Sikoa onto a ladder. So like everybody in this match was bumming their butt off. Other than Seth, to be honest with you, I can't remember a single like standout thing that Seth did in this match. To be honest with you,
his standout moment was getting thrown out of the ring. Like, come on, like okay,
yeah, like again. Like the curb stomp was good, obviously. Like it looks great every time. But in terms of like the typical Money in the Bank spots, he didn't really participate in most of them, outside of getting hit by the ladder in the ladder copter spot. And like even then, everybody got hit by the ladder copter spot, and it's not a high impact thing. It's just funny. Like,
right.
And again, thank you, Medium Coffee.
Right. I mean, we got the fireball ladder. Like, hello, that big old giant fireball ladder. And I did like the spot where Medium Coffee was out the ring after he put his little thing in his steel plate in his head or whatever. And he climbed the ladder, jumped to the other ladder, climbed up there, pop, Penta knocked him out. And I was like, oh, we're about to let him have it. And then they were like,
really thought to.
I was like, no, I knew they were about to let him have it. But then they were like, Seth saved it and stopped it. Oh, LA Knight jumped there and got it. I was like, okay, cool.
Also, I know a lot of people have been really negative about like the fireball ladder and like the Slim Jim logo on the tables. Real question, okay? Why?
Why
is this a problem? Like, and again, I am not a fan of all the capitalistic ads and monitoring and the raising of the prices that TKO has been doing. I don't like it. But like, y'all, we've had things like this before. Do you not remember the Pitch Black match? I remember the Pitch Black match. The entire Mountain Dew match, and everything was sponsored by Mountain Dew. I remember the Hell in a Cell with the painted kendo sticks. Like, we've had things like this before. And what does it hurt for Fireball to put their logo on the side of the ladder? And also, that ladder looked dope. So it was.
And I mean, look, this still is a business, and business has costs. It has to make money, and you get sponsorships so you can cut the cost of some stuff and you have to pay for it. So I don't mind the sponsorships. Look, we have been nobody said anything about NASCAR when their cars are painted in all the logos and things like that. So it's business. It's business. It sucks that we have to have capitalism, but it's life. This is what we're living in.
I saw somebody tweet, they're like, oh, people are going to have advertising on their trunks and stuff. I'm like,
okay.
You've been doing that for years. Brock Lesnar already did that. Sorry for swearing without.
I know. Well, I mean, trigger warning, people.
Sorry, my apologies. But no, he already had that, like the Jimmy John's logo on his trunks the entire time he was back in the Fed. It's been a thing that people have done before. Why are we acting like this is brand new? The only new thing that WWE has been advertising are the placements on the mat. And guess what? UFC's been doing it for years. So like, and they're not the only people. New Japan have sponsors all over their mat, and nobody complains. And like TNA has had their ring skirts did out for 5 Hour Energy and Stacker and all these other companies before too. We need to stop pretending like all the advertising we're getting here is new, because it's not. And like, I'm not a WWE show. I will call them out when I think they're being ridiculous. The ticket pricing right now is absurd.
Ridiculous.
The fact that we're going back to Vegas next year after all of the mess that happened in Vegas last year, as much as that show was good and as much as, from what I've been told, the experience was great, after they already announced it for New Orleans, is icky.
Icky.
But the advertising is not a problem here.
No, it's a whole lot of other things we could complain about. That is not it. That is not it.
Oh, something else I saw people complaining about is we talk about this briefcase real quick. You'll note the little Cash App logo at the bottom. Again, y'all, it's and like you're like, oh, they put a logo on the briefcase. It's that big at the
And it's
bottom
a
of the
sticker.
briefcase.
It's a sticker. It's coming off when they go to the next. When they start, we are not going to see Cash App after this event. Like, we're not going to see the Cash App logo on the briefcases when they carry it out into on Monday Night Raw or whatever. It was just for this because Cash App sponsored Money in the Bank, which makes sense because it's Money in the Bank and Cash App. Hello.
Y'all, like, I just feel like people are just looking for things to be offended by at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it's so inoffensive to me, and I just don't understand anyone's feelings to the contrary about that. Now, if we want to talk about other things that are involving money with WWE, aka ticket prices, aka merchandise, aka XYZ, by all means, let's have that conversation. But if we're talking about the advertising, it's not that big of a deal.
Well,
it is not affecting your life in any way. Are you more or less inclined to use Cash App after watching this event? I'm not. I already use it, so I can't.
Plus, they probably got Cash App somebody tomorrow. It's fine. Look, I want people to Cash App me for my birthday this week. So hello.
Happy birthday, Lana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm not opposed to even though Cash App did me dirty. But I won't talk about that. Look, I done moved to Venmo because y'all did me dirty Cash App, but it's okay. It's okay. We move to the main event match of the night. The last time is now. John Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
Okay, first off, let's get the elephant out of the room. Okay, let's go ahead and take it out. Let's get the elephant out of the room. Was it a work? Was it real? I think it was real. But was it? I think it was real. We'll talk about him in a bit. I just want to say, quick note, I am thrilled he is here.
Me too.
Thank you very much. We'll talk about him in a bit.
We'll talk about it, yes.
Yeah. One thing I really liked was the twist that they did on the Logan Paul moonsault spot of when he grabs the drone or like the GoPro.
Yes.
He's about to do the moonsault. No, Cody just comes up and superplexes him. It looked great.
And then to see Jay just out of nowhere, I was like, that's just good.
Yeah. And also Logan eating crap on the buckshot attempt, and Jay was like, screw it, super kick. Consummate professional Jey Uso. Notice how I have not discussed John Cena even a little bit yet. Yeah, Lana, you're right. John wasn't really actively involved in a lot of this, and I'm not going to say it was a bad thing. I think it was probably a good thing. Because we want to keep him healthy, we want to keep him safe, and you know what? If it's a tag match and Logan's going to take a lot of the heat, fine with me. I don't care. But yeah, it happened.
Look, John Cena is 50 years old. John Cena is 50 years old, y'all. He is not going to be out here in these long 45, 30, 50-hour battles. He's not going to do that. He don't have to do that. He is the greatest of all time. He don't have to do that anymore. And you go put him in a tag match with an up and coming Logan Paul who has stuff to prove to everybody in the WWE universe and to the people in the back. Even though we all say he's talented, yes, he has come into the WWE and has made his mark. He is talented. He can do these things. So if he can do them, let him do it. We're not finna let the 50-year-old man go out there and wrestle for 45 minutes. No, we're going to let him wrestle for maybe 10 minutes and then let Logan Paul wrestle for the rest of the 35 minutes. Like, you go out there, you hit all those big spots, you do the bumps, you take all that, and then I'm going to come in the end and then try to knock it out of the park. Like, that's the plan. And that's what I knew what was going to happen. And it was... I think I was like, okay, which one is it gonna be, Jay or Cody gonna be the one taking the most, And I was like, it has to be Cody though, right? Because Jay got a match the next night, on Monday, and he needs to stay as healthy as he possibly can. He's the world champion. We want to protect the champion, right? No, they didn't do that either because it was like Jay was out there and he was taking hit after hit after hit and shot after shot after shot. And Cody was like, all right, let me in, let me in. And he finally gets in and he's like, I'm the explosion and I'm doing this. I don't know. This match was interesting. I don't know if I would say it was one of my favorite matches to watch. It was cool. It was interesting, but it was like, all right. The best
Outside
part
of,
of it, I'm about to
outside,
say,
yeah, outside of Dominic and Octagon, I would say this is probably the worst match of the night. And the only reason I have Dominic and Octagon lower than it is because it was like a 5-minute match.
yeah,
Like,
it was too
and it
quick.
was really good for a 5-minute match.
Good quick match.
Yeah, good quick match. This was just an okay long match, and I guess I slightly prefer good okay long match to good quick match. I guess I don't know. Let's be real. There is only one thing anybody is talking about after the end of this match, and we all know. You want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Apparently, we can't handle the truth, and neither can John Cena. Because your boy R-Truth is back in the building. Sorry, excuse me. Your boy formerly known as R-Truth, now Ron Killings.
Ron Killings is back. I'm here for that. I'm here for the whole change up. I need Ron Killings to be the Ron Killings that we knew before, before he turned R-Truth or whatever, and he was just, he was just fighting. He was doing his thing. I loved it. And let me just say this real quick. Triple H, step to the front. I like you. I love you. I honestly think you're doing a really good job at what you're doing right now. I appreciate what you're doing. I know you're going through some stuff in the backgrounds, and you know what? I got your back. I feel you. But Triple H, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Don't get in the press conference and talking about did you enjoy the show? Just enjoy the work. That wasn't no work. That wasn't no work. Y'all fired that man. Y'all heard the backlash of the fans for that man. You heard the outpour of the other wrestlers in the back for that man. And y'all had to eat crow and go back and get that man.
Do you know what my current prediction is?
On this,
because this has been made clear. This is a last run for Ron Killings, right? And you know what? He is in his mid-50s. I think that is okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. He should be able to go out on his terms, not on this company's terms. Thank you. Because this man has been a lifer for this company for 17 effing years. And before that, he was even wrestling in the 90s for them. He has earned the right to go out on his terms.
He earned that.
Yeah. It's the same way that if they just didn't renew Rey Mysterio's contract, it'd be the same thing. If they just didn't renew Sheamus's contract, it'd be the same thing, right? Because I remember what happened when they didn't renew Dolph's contract. And Dolph wanted to leave. He wanted out of there. So I remember the reaction. Let the man have his run, right?
Give him his run.
I think he's winning the world title by the end of this run. I think and here's why. Here's why. Okay. Name a person who has put more work into making this company fun. Right. And you can name a few people that you could put in that race. Santino being one of them.
Santino, Big
E. Just the entirety of the New Day.
Yeah, the New Day, period.
Just the New Day. There's a couple other names you could put in there. I would argue Natalya for a lot of her career was in that spot as well. But honestly, you're looking up a list of the best fun wrestlers.
Yep.
R-Truth is at the top of that list, and we all know it.
Absolutely.
This man has been doing his thing for 17 years. He has made everybody and their mom break character on TV. Yep. He made the swear word break character on TV by saying he was going to throw Paul Heyman out of the
Paul Heyman. He lost it. He lost it.
So I don't know what else he needs to do for that. Now, granted, the statement will then be made, well, does he deserve a world title reign in terms of his in-ring work? That's debatable. But
who cares?
The fan support.
Who cares?
The fan support here, right, is where I'm at with it, right? They saw how much we love him. They saw how much his peers loved him.
Yep.
I don't think there was a single person in this company that had been there, even for people who've been there like a couple of weeks, right? I saw a post from Stephanie Vicaire. Okay.
Right.
I don't know how many people at this company didn't post a message about Truth leaving. Right now, when Carlito left, there were a few, and there were several people posted about Carlito leaving. He's also apparently popular. Sarah Logan didn't get much, but when we see how much these people very clearly care about him and how much of a bright spot he is in the locker room for the fans, there were We Want Truth chants at every single
event.
show, at every event last week.
Yep.
So WWE, ball's in your court. Okay, this man will be going in your Hall of Fame one day.
Yes.
This man should be signed to a Legends deal after he's done.
Yep.
Do you give him the world title on top of that? I think they should. And I think the way they do this, and this is just me, right? John Cena's going into his match at SummerSlam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're already keeping our truth in the circulation. We know he's having that match with Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. We all know it.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena has a tune-up match against Ron Killings on SmackDown. Make it a tune-up match and just have him win. It can be a roll-up. It can be a distraction win. It can even be something as simple as John turns around into a lie detector, and that's just it. I don't care, okay? Give him 7 days with the WWE Championship. 7. That's all you need to do. 7 days. Have him win the belt one SmackDown. Next SmackDown, Cena's got this thing in his contract where he gets a rematch if he ever loses the championship, and he just bowls him over. I don't care. 7 days. I think he's earned that. I think he's earned 7 days with the world title. Because also, that would, if I am not mistaken, make him a Triple Crown. Not a Grand Slam. Never held the IC title. But a Triple Crown. And that's important to me. And that's important to him, too. We don't have very many Black Triple Crown winners. We don't have very many Triple Crown winners overall. So, come on, WWE. Do this one thing for this man this one time.
But yeah, it's fine. I agree with you. I think he does deserve a title before he leaves. And if it's 7 days or more, I will take it. I personally want it to be a little bit more, but that's fine. I get it if they don't do it more than that. But R-Truth he deserves to be the Triple Crown, like you said.
And with, him being back as his real name, I think we're going to lose that comedy aspect, really. I think he's going to be taken more seriously. I remember the 2011 heel run.
Mm-hmm.
That 2011 heel run was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The children remember, too. The only thing they know is R-Truth showing up in that Confederate Army uniform that one time.
Right.
I remember him knocking the crap out of John Morrison and blowing cigarette smoke in his face. I remember that vividly.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is the time.
Yeah, this is the time. But we did have Cody and Jay in the winning this match because R-Truth came out. Truth comes out and bowls over John Cena, picks up the belt, hits John Cena with the belt, and Cody comes behind and does a Cody Cutter, crossroads. He does crossroads and pins John Cena. And you were right, Brooke. You said Cody is going to pin John Cena to set up the Cody John Cena rematch happening at SummerSlam probably. And whoa, fine, sure. Let's run it back. Let's do it again. I'm okay with that. It is what it is.
I don't care, and I'm not gonna care. It's John, I love. Cody, I like. And quite frankly, their last match was not very good. So, do something more than you did last time, please. Pretty please.
That would be great. We would appreciate that. But what else?
So, yeah, importantly, though, something else I would like to add before we leave. In our predictions video, we said that apparently WWE is not doing King and Queen of the Ring this year. Well, doesn't the Fed love to prove us wrong? So, Night of Champions, we are going to have the finals of the King and the Queen of the Ring tournaments this year. So, As your outgoing queen and soon to be two-time champion of Queen of the Ring, I would just like to remind you all that at Night of Champions, the crown will be on the line. So, will I become a two-time champion? Will Lana
No.
finally earn the crown she so richly has deserved for years?
Period.
Will Topher slide in and become our first king? Will West show up? We don't know. All I can say is this: I don't play when it comes to one event every year. I am mostly emotional with my selections, and that's why I lose so many predictions. I am the queen of the cup ringside, and that will be still the case after Night of Champions.
We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. But I'm excited for that. That is going to be our next event that we will be covering here on the Cup TV is the Night of Champions. So we'll be back talking about that, and we appreciate you spending the time with us. Thank you so very much. It's all love here from me to you. See, it says so right there. um, but thanks for joining. Like I said, we're back for Night of Champions. If you haven't subscribed, please take the time to do that. We really appreciate you. And if you are a fan of anything of our other channels, Drag or Drag Race, Competitive Television, or Eurovision, please go to the link in our description below. Click on those links, subscribe to all of those channels as well. We're on a mission here at the Cup TV or the Cup Network to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So if you can help us out on all of our channels, that will be great. Um, Follow us, get our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of those links are in the description below, as well as our socials. You can follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow Brooke and myself on those same places and get your merch at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. And we're going to say, on that note, thanks for watching. Naomi is still the G. Love her down. And we'll see y'all next time. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.